What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel and podcast network. Noah Hiles coming to you on, I guess it's Monday morning now, coming to you at midnight on Monday here in Atlanta. The Pirates just concluded their first day of the two-day 2025 MLB draft. They made four selections, I should say, in the first three rounds. They picked four players who they now hope to sign to become an official part of this organization. Going to give a quick recap on all four of those selections here. And before I do that, I want to remind everyone to check out all of my work at post-gazette.com. You can read a feature that I wrote on their first round pick, Seth Hernandez. Jason Mackey also wrote a column on Seth Hernandez and the strategy behind it. And you can read our draft tracker, where I gave some analysis on all four of the picks today. Colin Beasley, my beat partner, will have the draft tracker duties for tomorrow, which will be rounds 4 through 20. So you can read his analysis on all of those picks, along with what General Manager Ben Cherington and Pirates amateur scouting director Justin Horwitz have to say about those selections. So you could read all of that at post-gazette.com. Get yourself a digital subscription if you don't have one already, and check out the print product. We print every Thursday and Sunday. All right, so let's take a look at the draft. The Pirates made four selections, like I said. First one comes at number 6. And I'll be honest, I was surprised that this guy slid all the way down to number 6. They take Seth Hernandez, the second best prep player in this draft as far as prospect rankings are concerned. MLB Pipeline had him as the number 3 prospect in this year's draft, number 2 prep prospect behind Ethan Holiday, who went 4th overall to the Colorado Rockies. Hernandez was a guy that a lot of people had going in the top 3. The Seattle Mariners were rumored to be very high on him. But because of some wonky picks in the first 2 selections, the kid from LSU, I believe Cade Anderson, sorry, my brain's a little mush right now. I've been writing all day. Yeah, Cade Anderson, I believe was the name, goes 3rd overall to the Mariners and allows Seth Hernandez to slide down to the number 6 spot. And the Pirates jumped all over it. Horwitz, the amateur scouting director, talked about the situation following today's draft activity, and he just said flat out, he's like, we didn't really expect him to get down here, but they were certainly happy that he did, and they capitalized on the opportunity. They take him. So what are they getting in Seth Hernandez? They're getting the best right-handed prospect in this draft class, and he's 19 years old. He's the top high school pitcher in the country, top high school player in the country. As far as accolades are concerned, he was the Gatorade National Player of the Year this past year. Comes out of Corona High School, a powerhouse in Southern California that had 3 of the top 32 players in this year's draft selections. So a couple of infielders to go along with Seth, who was the first of those 3 selections. His pitch mix is really strong. He boasts a fastball that tops out in the high 90s, has reached triple digits in a couple of showcases, I believe. He also throws a really good curveball, a really good slider, and a really, really good changeup. That pitch is said to be among the best pitches in the entire draft class. Still a young guy, 19 years old, gonna need some development, but this is another really high-profile arm that's added into an organization that has a lot of arm talent. The Pirates know how to identify these guys. They know how to develop them and maximize their value, and that's what they do here, or that's what they look to do here again at the number 6 overall pick by selecting Seth Hernandez. Seth Hernandez was one of 2 high school pitchers selected by the Pirates this evening, the other being Angel Cvantis out of Warren High School, which is also in Southern California. He's 17 years old. He was just one of 2 17-year-olds in the top 50 prospects of this year's draft class per MLB Pipeline. The other being Eli Willits, who went 1st overall to the Nationals. This kid, similar pitch mix to Hernandez, throws the traditional 4 pitches: fastball, curveball, slider, change. The changeup, another high value pitch for this guy. He's a little smaller. Hernandez is 6'4", 200. This kid's 6'3", 195. He's going to need, again, some development. He's committed to UCLA. Hernandez committed to Vanderbilt. But I think both these kids end up signing just because they have such high upside, and I think the Pirates are going to be willing to pay them a pretty penny, probably above slot value, if I had to guess, especially with the second round pick here. There's a lot to like about Cvantis and what they can develop. So everybody's been clamoring for the bats. Where are the hitters? Where are the hitters? Well, the hitters showed up in the final two picks today. Their comp C pick, I believe it was, in the end of the second round was Murf Gray out of Fresno State. I think this is a guy, if he gets to the major leagues in Pittsburgh, that will be a player that a lot of Pirates fans like. He's got a lot of size. He stands at 6'4", weighs 230 pounds, has some agile feet, was a collegiate gold glove candidate over at third base at Fresno State, but he's best known for his bat. He slashes 305, 366, 550 with 36 homers and 163 runs batted in and 175 collegiate games at Fresno State. He also had a very, very productive Cape Cod League career. That's a summer league, if you're not aware, where the elite high school or elite college players, I should say, play every summer. He was an all-star there, had some really good offensive numbers, and the Pirates have traditionally valued production in the Cape Cod League. He's a poolside hitter, a guy who can bring a lot of power down to the left field line as he bats from the right side, and someone that they believe is going to have a future at third base due to his arm strength. He's going to need some development with his body. I think they need to get him in a little bit more of an athletic frame, but this is a guy that can be a power bat on the corner infield if developed properly. In their final pick from today in the third round, they took Oklahoma catcher Easton Carmichael at the number 82 pick. He was the number 93 prospect in this year's draft. He measures at 6'1", 200 pounds. Like I said, comes out of Oklahoma. He was the fifth catcher selected in this year's draft. The Pirates intend to play him at catcher, but are open to potentially moving him around at a different position. This guy is pretty athletic. He has some really good speed tools. Probably projects to be just an average big leaguer, but he's very fundamentally sound, and if developed properly, can be something a little bit more. Had really productive stats at the plate with the Sooners, a career slash line of 336, 387, 558 over 172 games at Oklahoma. He also drove in 174 runs in his collegiate career, which was seventh most in program history. Another Cape Cod League All-Star, I believe, was the MVP of this year's Cape Cod All-Star game. So two experienced older college bats paired with two very young, high-profile live arms in day one. That will conclude today's recap. Check out all of our work, all of our writing on these picks at post-gazette.com, and stay tuned into this channel. A lot going on Monday as it's All-Star Weekend, or as All-Star Week continues here in Atlanta.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.